Hey kids, tonight's episode is a special one, dedicated to our beloved friend and fellow weirdling Mike Lewis, aka Weird Kid 001. Mike, we know you're out there watching from the other side, and we hope this episode brings a smile to your face. We'll be diving into some spooky, thrilling content that we know you would have loved. So grab your popcorn, turn off the lights, and let's celebrate Mike's memory together.
Evening, everyone.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
This week.
You notice we got one person watching. We know who it is.
Lay down, Fred.
It's my mom. No, I don't think my mom is watching.
No, my mother is watching, but she's watching it off of a TV, and she wouldn't know how to comment anyway.
Right?
Of course,
Well,
my
guys,
mother
how
doesn't.
have y'all been doing this week?
Hey, Max. Busting my ass at work. It's been one of those hectic weeks where kids are acting up, and like one teacher slept in late this morning, so didn't call in, so I was called in at the last minute. But it makes it exciting.
Hey, Landa and Max.
Hi, Landa. Max.
Hello. Hello. I can't see comments on it.
Oh, no.
And Ash.
Ash has arrived.
Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
Linda. Hey, Max. Hey, Ash.
Anybody have a long weekend off?
No, is there a holiday or something?
Columbus
Probably.
Day
Oh,
or
Columbus Day.
Indigenous Person Day, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
But it depends on what state you're in as far as them getting it off. I remember when I used to work for corrections, we'd get it, paid. And then I was working at this other place after I retired. You worked, they didn't pay you, they didn't care. Columbus or Indigenous Day, they didn't care either one. So,
My
one
home
of those
base,
best qualities that they sacrifice.
my home base is in Columbus, Ohio, and I have
Uh-huh.
never gotten it off. I'm in Massachusetts, so we don't get it off.
Didn't he discover Columbus, Ohio? Is that?
Yeah, he just said Columbus, Ohio, exactly.
Well, I'm kind of tired tonight, so y'all are going to have to cheer me up and keep me going because I've got to get up in the morning and go to a fashion show.
Oh, are you going to be one of the ones on?
No,
Are you going to be one of the ones showing?
I will not be. They will be preteen girls.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, I thought it was like a Mark Wahlberg thing.
Hi, Clark.
I can only wish.
Hey, Clark.
Hey, Clark.
Hey, Clark, good to hear from you tonight.
Good to see we got some happy folks in the audience.
Well, the
Yes.
movies we got lined up tonight is a trilogy, right, by John Krasinski from The Office. And
I love him.
he's great. He's great. I really like the movie he did about Beirut.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That was really good.
Which movie?
The one where where the compound got overran, and it was Special Forces contractor guy.
13 hours.
Yeah, it's 13
Yeah.
hours.
It
I
was
almost said 0 time 30.
Wait,
Benghazi.
You mean the one about Benghazi?
Yes.
Yeah, Benghazi.
Wow.
Sorry.
Just translate out. I knew what he meant. Rich knew
The
what
Middle East B word. How about that? Does that work? Sorry, Mr. CIA. You were
place that has
probably in there.
Never been to Benghazi. Never been to Beirut either. So,
Hi, Tina.
Hey, Tina.
hi, Tina.
I know she's talking to me because she said, hey, hello, sexy. I know she isn't talking to Alan or anything.
I can't see her comments, so she can say anything tonight. You got free reign, babe. I can't see your comments right now.
Well, let's get started. Yes, let's go.
Okay, so Rich, you got the first movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna do A Quiet Place. I'm a big fan of John Krasinski, so when I heard that he had done a horror flick, I had to see it. I was not disappointed.
No.
So 2018's A Quiet Place was thought up by two college kids who drafted a script, got Krasinski involved. Both Krasinski and the beautiful Emily Blunt had input on the film as it was filmed. Picture this: 90 days into a post-apocalyptic world where armored, blind alien creatures with great hearing eviscerate anything that makes noise. Krasinski and Blunt have 3 kids in this awful world. Nobody talks because the slightest sound means a horrible death. Right off the bat, one of the kids gets dead. So let's get that out of the way. Scene is brief, and if I can deal with it, so can you. The eldest daughter both blames herself for the kid's death and wholeheartedly believes that the dad blames her too. Excuse me. Fast forward a year and change, and the silent family is eating pickles and fish while slowly waiting to die. The eldest daughter is deaf, so in a silent world, she's got an edge, as does the rest of the family, because they have an understanding of sign language. However, Krasinski should have worn a condom because Blunt now has a bun almost out of the oven, and babies are the polar opposite of silent. The solution? Let's build a cooler with an oxygen supply stuck in the basement to stick the kid in. So let's go fishing. But we're not taking you, points at eldest daughter, because you need to take care of pregnant mom. So dad takes fearful younger son on a fishing trip and leaves the girls home to do whatever it is that women do without dudes. In this case, for the eldest daughter, it's an angsty leave mom all alone while I mope and hate on dad. And for pregnant mom, it's let's step on a nail and have our water break while attracting the sound loving alien douchebags. I'm not blaming her. I hear giving her birth can be painful. I mean, mom hides in the tub. Well, the nasty critter is searching for her, has the baby, turns on the red light signal so the returning family will know, the critters are about. And then she hides behind a waterfall in the basement because one of the aliens broke a pipe, and now the basement with the kid in it is flooding. The kids get separated from the parents as one set off fireworks to drag the monsters from the house, and the other kid's just a brat. The kids hook up, climb a silo, fall in the grain, and get attacked by one of the monsters, but they're okay. Really, calm down, they're fine. Dad comes to the rescue, tells them to hide in a truck. One of the long-armed assholes hears them and attacks the truck. Krasinski then does the single stupidest thing he could do and sacrifices himself by giving a throaty diesel howl that the critters will kill him, so that the critters will kill him instead of the kids. Bro, juke right when the thing is coming and chuck a rock, for fuck's sake. Kids make it back to the house with mom and the new brother, but one of the critters finds them. Deaf brat uses her hearing aid, which is a cochlear implant, I learned, to mess up the critter's sensors, and mom uses a shotgun to finish the thing with a blast to its very wide open tympanum. The film ends with a super hot Emily Blunt jacking another shell into the shotgun, ready to F up any incoming aliens. Pity no one in Earth's military science could have figured that out prior. This is a great flick, even if there is not a lot of dialogue. It made about $350 million and has an excellent rating on all of the contemporary rating scales. The kid who plays the daughter is actually deaf, and the sign language used in the film is actual ASL, American Sign Language. I think the kid did a fantastic job. She was one of my favorite, actors in there because she was kind of a brat, but she was sort of driven to it by a false memory or something she believed that her father didn't believe. One of the coolest things about this is that Krasinski's use of ASL, the American Sign Language, is short and curt, while Blunt's use is longer and more expressive and expletive. Krasinski wanted to demonstrate a survival mentality, while he wanted Blunt to show a mother's care. I thought that was pretty cool, and you can notice it when you're watching them talk, with their sign language. Industrial Light and Magic created the creatures, and the film got praise from some horror writer named King, some dude. A Quiet Place won a ton of awards, including, believe it or not, Best Sound Editing Oscar. I love this flick, and I would very much like to know what you guys think. I'm sure everybody loves it. But anyway, let me know. Lay it on me.
You want to go try it?
All
I
right.
love this movie.
You what?
All right.
I love it.
Okay. Anybody else?
That's it, Hadley?
Oh, I mean, I could go more. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead. You ladies first.
Yeah, I should have asked you first. I'm sorry. I just saw Scott's smiling face.
Hi, Doc.
Okay.
Hi, Craig.
Gotcha.
Okay, Craig. Hey.
This movie has the best first 10 minutes of any movie. It was the whole scene where they're walking you just don't know what to expect. I mean, because I usually watch these movies and I kind of have an idea what they're about, but I don't really get into it too much. This one was one I wasn't really sure. Obviously, if they were going to be quiet, but I thought it was going to be more like apocalyptic. And when you see it in the very beginning, it's kind of what you think. You're not really expecting science fiction aliens. You're not really expecting that. And then when it happens and the critter comes out of the woods, I mean, it's so quick and it snatches that child so quickly that it just grabs you. And I mean, I was hooked. I love this movie. It's probably one of the better horror movies, especially like trilogies we've probably ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm done.
I agree with what Hadley just said. It was something I was going to point out. It's very rare that they do like 3 movies in a row, and the second one can be good. The third one, no, this is a good trilogy. The monsters are phenomenal. They're brand new. There's nothing like them before. They're quick. They're vicious. They have no smell, no sight. It's solely sound. I liked this movie. It was realistic given the type of environment. The acting was good. I never watched The Office. I didn't know Kaczynski was from The Office. So I was watching him as a dramatic actor, not a comedian doing the role. The plot was great. Yeah, the little kid dying at the beginning, but the minute he's playing with the toy on the bridge, he's meat. I was disappointed that the first 45 minutes of the movie was very dull, except for the kid being taken out. If you can make it through the 45, the last half of the movie is nothing but action. It was a great movie. It's, like I said, it's different. The effects in this one are good. The acting is fantastic. The plot is great. I highly recommend all 3 movies in the series.
This one, it had 2 things that surprised me. Kid getting killed, the kid being zapped at the beginning, because you don't have that very often, really. And it was brutal. It didn't really show anything, but it was brutal because, you're this innocent kid playing with I think it was a space shuttle boy or something. Whee! He's gone, right? And then, of course, John Krasinski died. I really didn't see that coming until right before he did. I thought, okay, he's not going to die. Well, bam, he died. Sorry if you haven't seen this movie yet, you really should see it. Special effects were great. They kind of reminded me of the creatures, kind of, in Pitch Black. Kind of. I mean, they didn't fly or anything like that, but just their predatory look a little bit. They were great, though. And, why didn't they get Rich to develop a weapon to kill these guys or zap these guys? Rich, are you guys working on that in your lab?
Oh, yeah. All you have to do is call me, and they would have been all done. Yeah.
That's good. No,
but if they called you, then when the phone rang, you'd be dead. So
No, because I just play Slim Whitman in the background. You guys saw Mars Attacks, right?
Yeah.
Boom, head pop. Game
There
over.
you go. There you go. And it's an alien invasion movie, but it's also kind of like a survivalist type of movie in a way. Like you say, it was great, Scott. It was a good movie. I was surprised because there's Bird Box came out about that time.
Yeah.
And that one with Stanley Tucci, which was similar
The
to this one.
Silence.
The Silence, yeah, on Netflix. And those are decent movies. But I think this is the better of those type of movies.
For sure. There was one recent one with Nicolas Cage too that was a ripoff of this.
Oh yeah, Arcadian or something like that.
Yeah, yes, Arcadian, and they had the monster with the big mouth. It was actually a weird looking.
Yeah.
Initially I thought it was dumb, and then I was like, you know what? That's actually kind of cool because nobody has thought how to do that before. The Cajun movies, it's all right. It's not a Quiet Place, but it's definitely a ripoff of that film.
And it's more of a young adult type of.
Agreed.
Like it'd be like a YA book if it was a book. I don't know if it was a book, but that one's worth seeing. It's not great,
exactly,
but it's worth a watch. We watched it. I don't want to watch it again, but this one I recommend. So what are we going to score? Has anybody got anything else to say? This one. Obviously,
Fred
Fred
did.
did.
Come here, buddy.
Hey,
My
Mona.
My sister's dog's on the other side of the door. So, hi, Mona.
So what do we rank this?
Well, I'm going to give this, I think, a 4.5. I enjoyed this movie. It's definitely got some tense moments. I mean, you've got a pregnant Emily Blunt whose water has broken, and I think that would be pretty goddamn hard for a woman to go through that
Fred.
without making a sound. And then
Fred.
you've got this creature that hunts by sound running around, who will absolutely kill her.
Well,
And-
Rich, you've had a cold probably before and not had to make, a noise, right? So it's probably
Yeah.
about the same, right?
Of course, yes. for
Women
sure.
cannot understand a man cold. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
That's right.
I was not going to say anything like that. I am not with these guys on that. I'm all, but these guys over here said that. I did not. But yeah, I'm going to give this a 4.5. I really enjoy this movie, and I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. If you haven't seen it, wow. I mean, this was like touted huge. You should have seen this by now if you're a horror fan.
Yeah, 4 point. I give it a 4.52. This is an outstanding movie and an so far outstanding 3 movies.
How about you, Abby?
I'm going to give it a 4.75.
Ooh,
Wow.
I like it. It was different from the child being snatched at the beginning and how that impacts the characters, especially the little girl, was very interesting. I like the fact that she was deaf and this family already knew sign language, which kind of gave them an edge. That's not something that you see. Usually people would think that would be a detriment, but it wasn't. It worked in their favor. And I like that our hero got killed at the end. I think the hero really was a little girl, and that's kind of what we see with the others. But this movie is close to perfect.
Well, I'm going to bring the room down. I'm going to give it a 4. I liked it. Thought it was good. Solid alien invasion thriller. So I'm going to give it a 4.
okay. Did I mention that the girl's actually deaf?
Yes.
I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah, what a great actress, and she nailed that teen angst I hate dad thing. But she did. She thought the dad hated her, I should say.
I'm sorry. I'm reading Lance's comment that Fred would not make it long in a silent world.
No, he wouldn't. The funny thing is, he would stop barking and they'd attack me. So,
That'd be it.
What do you
That'd be it. All right, Scott, you're up.
all right. Even though it wasn't technically on the schedule, I watched A Quiet Place 2. It was made 2 years after the original. The same writers, Krasinski, Brian Woods, Scott Beck. Krasinski directed it, and it is really a good sequel. It opens up before the invasion. Krasinski, Emily Blunt, the kids live in this small Midwestern town. They're going to a baseball game. They meet their friend, Emmett, Cillian Murphy. They're talking and they're having a good time. And then it hits. The spaceships start crashing. I love the first 10 or 15 minutes of this movie because it goes from what happens in the future to the chaos of what happens when they're hitting. Some great scenes in it. And then after like the first 15 minutes, it jumps to the future after Krasinski's character is dead. And it's Emily Blunt, the baby, and the other 2 kids wandering, trying to find a place to go, trying to keep them, dragging along the special air filter for the baby, trying to survive. And they meet along the way. They run into Emmett, who has held himself up. He found this underground bunker with this vault, and he doesn't want. He lets them in, says you can stay the night, but he doesn't want to help them because he doesn't have enough supplies. But eventually, he breaks down. You know, they're friends, especially when he sees the baby, and he tries to help them. There's a great scene when the bunker gets attacked. Not going to go into any details about it. It really is good. And then afterwards, they go and they try to find. They're looking for this island because these creatures cannot swim. So if you're on an island, if you're on a boat or something like that, you're safe. They do find this mysterious island. They make it out there, and they're accepted into the community. And then I don't want to give anything away, but the whole situation goes foobar very quickly. This is a good movie. Almost as good as the first one. Same writers, same director, same cast of characters. The action scenes are great in this one. The special effects are just as good as the first one. This is one of the few movies where Hollywood didn't screw up the sequel. I recommend, like I said, I recommend all three movies. So, Mona, if you get an island, invite me. I'll stay there with you. All right, what do you gentlemen and ladies think?
What do you think, Gavin?
I like this one. I didn't like it as much. I thought that I would, but I just out of the three, this is my least favorite. But it's still a solid watch. I mean, it's still really good. It's just like I said, out of the franchise, this was not my favorite.
Okay. Big Mike, you want to go?
Yeah, I agree with Heavy. Out of the three movies, it's, I think, the weakest one of the bunch. Excuse me, because I think it was more of a rehash, you know, what had happened in the first movie, kind of. It's a good movie. And what's his name's pretty good. The dude from Hell on Wheels. I can't forget his name. The guy that played their friend.
Peter Murphy?
Huh? No, I can't think of that. Is that you ever watch Hell on Wheels? That Western? That's the dude, the main guy from that.
Yeah.
His name.
You talking about? Wait a minute. Sorry, are you talking about Cillian Murphy?
No, Cillian Murphy wasn't in this one. It's the dude from.
No, we're talking A Quiet Place too.
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy played Emmett, the friend.
Oh no, that was the dude from Hell on Wheels. I can't think of his name. Am I?
Are you a crazy person?
I'm just looking at IMDb. So
yeah, for the. Are you sure?
That's what it says. Emmett was played by Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was the guy. I thought it was the guy from Hell on Wheels. Oh shoot. Come on.
No, it's Cillian Murphy.
That's Cillian Murphy. Wow. I thought it was the dude from Hell on Wheels.
No.
Did I watch a different movie?
Yeah, you were throwing my monkey in my wrench, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, I must have watched a different movie.
You know, you're a teacher when you're looking at information and you're like, well, really, is that?
I thought you were right.
Oh, I'm looking at the. Yeah, you're right.
Thank
I
you.
thought it was from Hell on Wheels. Man, he did a good job. I didn't even recognize him. And I'm a Cillian Murphy fan. Damn. Oh. Well, no wonder I thought this was the weekend. If I knew it was Cillian Murphy, then I would have probably bumped this up a little higher. Shame on me.
I'm a huge Cillian Murphy fan, actually. 28 Days Later is such a great flick. And he was the Scarecrow in one of the Batman movie flicks, and he did great.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, this one, it's my least favorite of the three. I don't think it added any. Well, it added the island. Dijman Amju, who's in part 3, was at the end of that with the island. And when we talk about part 3, that's a good. But I recommend it. I just to me, I think it goes 1, 3, and 2. That's just my opinion. Hell, I could even know Cillian Murphy.
I think you're right. I think this is it's the same movie as the first one. It's like you said, Alan. It's a rehash. Different characters with the same characters, some additions, but honestly, it's the same movie. You do get to see a little bit more of the creatures, which is great.
Yeah.
And the way the creature gets to the island, I mean, initially I didn't like it, but then I thought, well, that's kind of cool. I suppose that could actually happen. Because as Scott said, they can't swim. So in this one, there's an introduction of some bad humans, some bad people, where there was nothing like that in the first one. Well, I suppose. In the first movie, there's an old man whose wife has died, and he just yells to kill himself. But Krasinski and his kid are there. But in this, there are some legit bad people trying to do bad things to Cillian Murphy and the deaf kid. This is not as good, like you guys said. It's not as good as the first one, but like you also said, it's definitely worth seeing. You got to watch it because the third movie leads into how they got to the island, and there's like Jimon Honsu is in both movies, so it's worth seeing. I liked it and I recommend it.
All right, so what do we give this one? Hadley?
I'm going to give it a 4.
Scott?
4.25.
Rich?
I'll give it a 3.8.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3.5. It's still solid. Still recommend watching it. It's just, to me, it's not my favorite of the three. So far, we've been recommended by our supporters. Okay, mine. So, day one, Quiet Place. That's the one I have, and it's the beginning of the alien invasion. I'm going to kill her name. Lupita Nyong'o plays Sam. She's on hospice for cancer in a hospice house. She goes on a trip to see a show in New York with the nurse and a bunch of the other patients at the hospice center, and they're all older. And she's got a pet cat named Frodo that she takes with her. And I think any animal would be a liability right now. What do you think? I digress. They get to New York. They're watching this marionette show, and it's kind of foreboding, foreshadowing stuff. They go to get on the bus. She wants to get pizza. The nurse, Ruben, played by Alex Wolff, great character in this, but he tries to get her on the bus because there's something going on in the city. They got to get out of the city. She argues with him, but eventually she gets on the bus. They all get on the bus. All of a sudden, there's an attack from the air, there's helicopters, all kinds of explosions and stuff. And she's thrown out into the street. And she's rescued by Digimon Hanji and taken back into the movie theater where everybody was at. And obviously, they've seen now that these things are attacked by sound, just by being out there. So everybody's quiet in there. She eventually gets back into the street to with a crowd of people. I just saw this not too long ago. They run out in the street, a whole crowd of people just trying to get away, and they're all being quiet. So everybody's being quiet. And part of this building collapses, and then people scream, and all the monsters just come down. These things are attacking stampedes too. It's pretty cool. They just go when they hear a sound. They shake the buildings and everything. There's so many of them. So she ends up being separated from her cat, everybody else, and she runs into a young man named Eric, which is played by Joseph Quinn, who played the poor Eddie Munson in Stranger Things. You watched the last season of Stranger Things. Eddie Munson was a kid that was up there playing electric guitar while all the demons are coming up and stuff.
That's the. Oh my God! No wonder he looked familiar.
Yeah, that's Eddie Munson.
Oh.
So they get together and they're surviving together. She's getting sicker. He's getting pain meds for her. They become friends. They have the cat. She wants to get back to Harlem. where she lives. So he ends up taking her back there, and she eventually ends up. I'm going to tell you, you got to watch it. It's been out for what, a year now, almost a year maybe. She sacrifices herself so he can get with the cat Frodo on this boat to get to the island. And I won't tell you how she sacrificed herself. So I mean that'll still be a little mystery for you if you haven't seen it. But the character development of Lupita Nyong'o, she's great. I don't know if you ever saw that Australian zombie movie, Little Monsters. She's great in that. I think she's
great.
Yeah. So, and Joseph Quinn, there's a lot of good acting. A lot of good acting in this. Not a lot of big name actors, but a lot of good acting in it. The creatures are very cool looking. You see even more than the first and second movie of them. You see the military's response. They just are ineffective, like in a lot of horror movies, sci-fi movies. The part that pissed me off is when he's walking by all the Humvees and the tanks and stuff that are all burned out, hauled out. There's M4s laying all around. He doesn't even look at them. I would grab one, even if it might not do you any good. Just you would feel a little secure with something, We just walks by, all these weapons are laying on the ground.
Stop bad people.
Yeah, exactly. But I like this one. I thought it was good. I liked it better, like I said, than the second one. I recommend this one. What say you guys?
I kind of disagree. I like this one a little less than the second one. But what I loved about this was it took place in Manhattan. So you didn't have them out in the country where they may be miles away. There were crap loads of these things in the city. And the stampedes, like if somebody would make it, like when the helicopter would fly overhead, and then all of a sudden everybody would just hold tight because there was hundreds of these things coming down the street, and the buildings would shake and all the noise. I think it was good. The acting was great. She didn't want to leave Harlem. Her father was still there, right?
No, he was dead.
Oh,
His father had died years before.
Oh, okay. Well, who's that? I thought that was the old guy sitting in the chair.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he died of cancer.
Okay.
He's got the same thing.
Okay. But yeah, she doesn't want to leave. It's kind of cute with the cat. She keeps on losing the cat. The cat comes back. I know that's like kind of stupid, but it's really sweet. And of course, I have to pick the cat because the cat's not going to make a lot of noise like somebody else might. I thought it was really well done. I liked the way they portrayed what this would be like in a huge city rather than a small Midwestern town. It was written by Krasinski and Brian Wood, who were involved in the first two movies. The actors were great. Special effects were really good in this one. It's part of that trilogy, and it's like, we're all rating them like within like one point of each other. This is a trilogy to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Hadley.
I like this one. I felt like this was a very interesting take. It deviates greatly from the first two, and we're looking at it from from the perspective of someone who is terminally ill, and that is again very original. The cat, very original. I really liked it. I thought that they did a great job, and they kept it fresh and entertaining.
I agree. Two things. Number one, when there's aliens running around that just can straight up kill you and you need to be super, super quiet, what's the one thing you don't do? Jump into a crowd. You stay the hell away from that. You let them die, and then you like pick their bones and walk to the boat, and that's fine. And the second thing is, At the very end, when the guy jumps in the water with the cat, he would have been dead. That cat would have clawed him to death. It would have been, big. It would have looked like Jaws in the water. It would have been all over. But this film, I actually really like this one. I think this one, I enjoyed the fact that, background noise in New York is super, super loud. And it would have attracted those things the moment they landed. If they're out to kill people, and they landed in the city anyway, but they landed outside as well. They all came rushing in. And like Scott said, you see, dozens, hundreds, maybe 1,000 of the things just chasing the tiniest little sound. There's no way to survive that. It's really, you can be as quiet as you can be, and you're still going to make some noise, especially in the city. But the background noise in the city can likely help you, like at least until it's gone, and then everything echoes. So you drop a bottle cap on the ground and you're doomed. But this one, like Hadley said, it's sort of from the point of view of you feel sorry for this woman she's dying. She's got probably weeks left, and she wants to save her cat, and she meets this guy, and now she likes the guy. And it's not a sexual thing. It's just that he helped her, she helped him, and now they're friends. But she knows she can't run and she can't make it out of the city. So she tells him, take the cat and make a run for it. And she does something that will allow him to get away with the cat. And he barely gets away, but he does, because these things can't swim. This is another one that, like I said, I truly enjoyed this one. I like this one a little bit better than I like the second one, but I still like the first one the most because it was just so new and so fresh. I'm gonna give this one. How about a 4? I'll give it a solid 4.
Fair. I like the scene with the kids hiding in the fountain.
Yeah, genius.
That was just creative. Yeah. But we're watching it. Tina and I were watching it. We're just like, be quiet. I mean, it was like we were there, hiding from these monsters. But you couldn't have gas. You couldn't burp. You couldn't cough. You couldn't sneeze. And everybody does that. So eventually.
Well, I love the scene where she's getting the book off the cot and one of them falls down, and it's just a book hitting the sidewalk, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. You can't.
We also learned in this one that these aliens do not eat people; they just kill people. They have their own food source that they're growing on the planet, and it looks like they're vegetarians.
Yeah, that was gross. Yeah, that was gross.
Yeah,
and I like. I mean, he was so scared too. I mean, that was some great acting. I mean, all the scenes where they look scared, frightened, anxious, whatever, was great because they really projected that. She is Lupita Nyong'o was actually afraid of cats. She had to go through therapy. She really wanted this role, so she had to go through therapy to get over her fear of a cat. And apparently she did because the cat got the cat all over her. It's funny. So what do you give this, Scott?
3.9.
3.9. Hadley?
Probably like 4.25.
Wow, we all like this trilogy, huh?
Yeah, I'll give it a 4.
Nice.
This is a good trilogy. You don't find very many.
So all of us rated the 3 movies between 3.8 and 4.5.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Good pick, folks.
It's very rare that we all like the same movies.
Agreed.
Yeah, this is Hobo with a Shotgun. Crackzilla. That's what they need to make now. Got Crackzilla. Godzilla on crack. Yeah. That's $1 million idea. Give me co-host phone number right now.
Crackzilla.
Got a Crackzilla movie coming out.
Gadzooks.
So now we talk.
And then we can make the sequel, Nathra.
Nathra.
That's right.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You guys only have to
What
put
kind
up
of-
with me 1 hour a week. My students have to put up with me 6 hours a day. So
Wow. So Bad Monkey.
Well, at least they're probably drained by the time they get home. Yes, Bad Monkey.
20 minutes to talk about Bad Monkey. So this was episode 8, right?
episode 8.
Because I might tie it in together. Was how much of this are we gonna wreck for people? Do we talk about? I suppose we just talk about what happens, right? Was this before or after the neighbor's house burned?
Yeah.
This was the one
is
where the
after,
neighbor's house has a accident near the end.
Yes. Okay, so they. I don't want to mix up and give away too much because I have watched through episode 9, not episode 10 yet. But things continue. We're still in 2 different locations, but not for the whole film. At the end of this, I believe Yancey and what's his girlfriend's name? The coroner's name? I can't remember her name in the show.
Oh, Rosa.
Rosa. Okay, they go down to Bahamas. Is that where they are?
Yeah.
Is it-
Andros?
I can't remember. They go down to the Pretty Island because the FBI will not chase down the bad guys. They know they're there, but there's like, oh, it takes too long. We're going to have to spend too much money, so they won't go. So Yancey and his girl go down there, and they try to set up a sting. And it doesn't go the way they want it to go. Some things happen, and like I said, I don't want to wreck it for you. But there's a lot of the action that we're. I guess it's not tip top action. It's sort of like slow burn action.
Yeah.
But we have Vince Vaughn being Vince Vaughn, which to me, casting anyone else in that role would not have done it. Vince Vaughn just kills it. And I don't know her name either, but she is just fantastic. The coroner, whatever the actress is, I like her very much. I've seen her in a few things, and she's great. And Scott Glenn is in this one again, and you can see that he just does not like Bonnie's former plaything. I don't know what you call him. It's the one that she was busted for the sexual assault, the child sexual assault.
Oh yeah.
Now he's grown up, and he's just still a kid. And she's like, no, he's just an ass. But you get a lot of that kind of thing in this one. And there's a little bit of separation from Bonnie and Yancey. And now Yancey is with Rosa. Pretty good. Not a lot of stuff with the next door neighbor.
No.
But there is one good thing that happens. I don't want to wreck it for anyone.
I know.
And it's tough because this is it's a concurrent show, so I can't say too much without ruining it. But one of the things I miss is I think the bad cop is going to make an appearance in episode 10. I haven't seen episode 10 yet. I think he's going to make an appearance and do something crazy. Maybe team up with the other bad guys. I don't know. I hope he's in it. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet, but he doesn't make an appearance in episode 8, or maybe at the beginning.
He does. That's right. That's right.
Episode 7 where they catch him and they figure out what's going on, and he runs away from internal affair.
Yeah,
that's right. He shoots somebody, and
and they catch him and he gets away.
Yeah.
So this is, I definitely recommend this show to anyone who hasn't watched it. And what's your take, boys and girls?
I think Summer's Eve is a great villain. I thought they were going to kill her off at one point during one of these episodes, and I thought, well, she's just too good of a villain that way. And of course, they haven't killed her off. But I thought for sure when she threatened the daughter, I thought for sure that Nick?
Yeah.
Peter, whatever, Nick.
Peter.
was going to shoot her, but he didn't. And it continues. This is a great series. It's a lot of fun. It really is. I think this character's there's a book series, I think, with this character that he plays, that Vince Vaughn plays. So after this season, hopefully they'll do another season, different story. You know, that'd be great. 'Cause, if you never read any of these Carl Hiaasen books, there's another guy that writes these books. Oh, there's few. These crime thrillers set in the Keys, Florida, and all that. They're fun. They're just like this. They're great. They're like that. Justified with Florida Man. Justified with Florida Man in every episode. So, yeah, it'd be nice to get another season. What say you?
I liked it. I'm seeing how it's all coming together. Like it's episode 10 is going to be phenomenal. Nick, come on, he's meow. I mean, I can't wait to see what happens to him and his bitch of a wife. Yeah. I love the fact that Vince Vaughn's old girlfriend, the one who was let go because nobody wanted to charge her for pedophilia, decides she needs to go to jail. She wants to go to jail. And she does that, whatever she does it for Vince Vaughn's character. I liked it. I thought it was great. Vince Vaughn and the mortician, they've got a chemistry together in the movie. All of them are great actors and actresses. I'm enjoying this, and I'm not the type that usually enjoys a series like this. Like you said, Vince Vaughn makes this. I'm really anxious to see how everything comes together in episode 10.
Oh, you should watch episode 9. It's great.
Okay.
And it's good to see Scott Glenn again.
Yes.
The last thing I saw him in was Vertical Limit.
Significantly younger.
Yeah, about 30 years younger, something like that. 20 years younger. What about you, Ashley?
Y'all know me. I love this show, and I just think that it is so great to see an actor like Vince Vaughn, where we just get so much of him, and we get to see what a wide range he has in this role. And it's like I said, this is a chef's kiss for good TV. Apple TV has some great series, and this is just one of them. I can't say enough. I'm one of these people who I go from like a subscription service to a subscription service throughout the year based on what's playing. And Apple TV is one I will keep because they have really good shows. It's quality actors, quality stories, quality writing. And you just don't see that a lot with a lot of these streaming TV services.
Yeah, Netflix used to be the go-to with things like that.
Yeah, there's so many now. Have we talked about Silo yet?
No.
Have we brought it up? So I watched the first season of Silo, and it was fantastic. It was excellent.
Yes.
Really well done. I highly recommend it. And the second season starts in, I think, November 15th.
Oh, I didn't know there was a second season.
Yes, there's a second season coming out. So I really don't know what they're going to do, but if you saw it, right, Scott? So
yes.
You saw what happened at the very, very end, what she saw.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that comes into play.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has to, because where is she going to go? So you got to figure that out.
It was really good post-apocalyptic dystopian.
Yes.
I loved that underground society they had set up. It was just so realistic.
Just everything to stay alive. Just, machines breaking down after however long they've been in there. They've been in there for, decades, maybe 100 years. I'm not even sure. And now, their breathing system is constantly breaking down, so they got to fix it. Their water systems are breaking down. And now there's, they're finding out secret societies in portions of the place that they never knew existed. Yeah. So it's really well done. like I said, the next season's coming out soon, and it's on Apple TV. So if you don't have Apple TV and you want to watch this thing, you got to grab Apple TV. It's totally worth it just for this series alone. I don't know how much Apple TV costs. I'd have to investigate it. I get all my stuff auto debited, so
Yeah.
it is what it is. But this is another show that you guys should definitely watch.
See, I read one of the books years ago, and it bored me to tears.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't really want to take a chance on the series. You guys make sense. The book, I don't know, but it was one of the silo books, and it's just kind of, I don't know, didn't catch up.
I'll have to catch up. I'm still trying to catch up with seasons 3 and 4 of Snowpiercer.
Oh, I think that's pretty good.
I've never seen it. I saw the original with Chris Evans and Tilda Swinton, but I've never seen the TV show.
I like Sean Bean is just phenomenal in it. Though you've heard the theory that Wilson in Snowpiercer is actually the kid that took over Willy Wonka.
Yeah. I think that's a weird ass theory.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Masters of the Air was pretty good on Apple TV. I like that. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as Band of Brothers, but it was good.
No.
You know?
No, they spent way more time on the ground. I thought it was going to be more what happened in the Air Wars, but
Yeah, it was a prison movie. It was a prison show. I
Oh, yeah.
thought it was going to be fighting, and it was basically a prison show.
Yeah, that's right, because both the main characters got taken prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
right.
that
But
was well done.
it was. They don't have enough. I love those old, bomber movies and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Talk about unbelievable Death Star-sized balls that those guys must have.
oh yeah.
Just, I mean, you're just helpless.
Yeah.
So, it was,
Yeah.
it was
Well, can
cool.
you imagine being the poor guy stuck in the ball turret
Belly gun?
underneath the plane?
You ever seen that Amazing Stories, that Spielberg anthology he
Yes.
had back in the
No.
80s?
Yeah.
They've got one with his bomber crew. They're gonna crash land, and they got to get the ball turret gunner out. They can't get him out. It's stuck, and it's just the whole thing. Kevin Costner's in it. Kiefer
Yeah.
Sutherland. Bunch of good actors in it. The guy is an artist. The guy in the ball gun, and he's an artist. He draws. He's praying, whatever, and draws these big old wheels, and they materialize. It's kind of a silly ending, but it's cool. They get him out just as the wheels disappear, the plane drops, man. But it's a good story because it's intense and the acting's all, and it's claustrophobic,
Old.
And that's a true story too. That's
Well,
not fiction. That the guy being stuck there while the plane was getting ready to crash is true.
Oh yeah. It's crushed to death.
And I'm sure when they landed, he had to change his shorts.
Oh, yeah. I did after I watched the show. It's scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hadley, what do you think? You've been very quiet.
About Snowpiercer?
Anything?
Anything.
Slow Horses is the one y'all need to watch.
That's the one with Gary Oldman?
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually a good one, too.
I like
Scott would love it.
Yeah, Scott, you would love it. It's British Secret Service. Or British Intelligence, sorry.
Oh, okay.
MI6?
Where is it?
One-
Where does it play? I don't know.
Apple
Where's-
TV.
Is it
Apple TV.
But
Yeah.
I believe that you could watch it on Plex.
Okay. Well, Steve Ash has Apple TV, so I can watch it here.
That's great.
Oh, and there's that soccer series. What's that soccer series called?
Ted
Apple
Lasso.
Ted Lasso?
Get it out there.
There are 4 seasons coming out about Ted Lasso. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
They're having another season.
Yep.
Where's it? Is it going to be on Apple or?
Of course, Apple. So Tulsa King is the one that I'm watching right now.
Yeah.
That's good.
Um,
That's a good one.
Scott, you need to be watching Tulsa King.
Tulsa King's totally worth it.
I know, but I'm so far behind on so many things that's like if I get COVID again, maybe I'll watch it.
Well, I was jazzed because it's got two good bad guys on this season. Frank Grillo
Yeah.
and what's his name? He's in Band of Brothers. He plays bad guy all the time. He's like bleached blonde. I mean, just white-haired guy. He played Buck in Band of Brothers.
Okay.
Looking it up now.
Yeah, there's a bad guy.
Neil McDonough.
Neil McDonough. Yeah.
Fantastic actor.
Yeah. Yeah. He plays such a good bad guy.
Popped his head out.
It's amazing that now the best shows and the best actors are coming from streaming services, not from Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anybody watching Daryl Dixon?
No, I'm so tempted because I love Mont Saint Michel. I visited there. I used it in one of my books, but it's like, there's just so many Walking Dead stuff out there now.
Yeah, it's okay. They've broken into zombie variants in this one, and some of them are faster, and some of them, bleed acid, and they're doing experiments on them, and it's okay.
How do you bleed acid if you're a zombie?
They did something to them to try and either help or to make them stronger, and now they have they have the alien acid blood. It's green. And it's noxious. I mean, it's okay. I mean, initially I was like, "This is dumb," and then they kind of worked into how it happened. It was pretty good. It was interesting. And of course, there's a powerful society that they're bad guys, and it's about what they're doing and how they're doing it, and why Daryl is in France. And now this season, Carol is involved, and now she's in France. She sort of tricked the guy to bring her over in a plane, and
Are her and Dowell a thing again?
What's that?
Are her and Dowell a thing again?
Well, they're separated. They're not together in the show yet. She's looking for him, but she's gonna hook up with the bad guys, I think, and they're gonna try and get Daryl back without letting her know that they're the bad guys. So. But Carol's pretty smart. Gonna figure it out.
Nobody makes me bleed my own acid blood.
The only show I've watched, and I'm waiting for season 2, is Dead City, the one with
Negan
and Maggie. And I gotta tell you, I'm watching it only because of Harry Dean Morgan, but it's a good series. You really get to see the Negan character and how he got to be what he is.
So I think
I'm kind of burned out.
I think he's on the cusp of being the bad Negan again. He's very close.
Yeah.
They just filmed the new season right down the street from me, like 4 towns over.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to go be an extra.
They had a call for it, and they wanted tall people, but I'm too freaking old for that. They need young people for that. Oh, I can't be a zombie.
What would have been scary is if they said,
"What's the difference between being old and being a zombie? What's the difference between being old and a zombie, Rich?"
Zombies don't grow older.
There's no way with my work and my home life that I couldn't have done, the 12-hour days that they were going to ask.
And I think I'm the oldest one here, so. Which is funny because I'm the oldest one in my school too. So.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Some of the kids have given me a new nickname now since I was CIA. They call me Inspector Gadget.
That's funny. That's great. I'm gonna call you that now.
So, Hadley, what are we doing next week?
Well, the good news is the following week I don't have to go to Atlanta.
Oh,
so
good.
Next week we're doing Alan's birthday, and the following week we're doing. What are we doing?
Apocalypse Survival, Mad Max, and Demon Knight.
Yeah, Demon Knight. I love that movie. And then we'll do Halloween, and for Halloween we're going to do the new Salem's Lot, the new Crow, and if we have time to cross-reference them with the originals, we will do that.
Oh, geez. Sounds good.
So we
I
got
didn't
2
know.
episodes of Bad Monkey.
Mm-hmm.
One more up, right? Oh no,
So,
two. Yeah.
so Halloween we'll have to be thinking about a new series to watch.
Okay.
Right.
Also, did we agree for Alan's birthday on Crackoon?
Well, that was your pick for him.
Okay.
That's your birthday present to Alan. My
Yes.
birthday present was the 2 Day Watch and Night Watch, the Russian movies.
Mm-hmm.
And
One
Rich.
with Vince Vaughn. I can't remember what it's called.
Cell Block, Brawl and Cell Block.
Oh, yes. That one is. That's another one where Vince Vaughn shows his skills as an actor. It is so unlike him.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up to everybody in the Peanut Gallery that if you don't know, our friend Mike Lewis passed away this past week. Mike was one of the first people that joined our show as one of the Peanut Galleries, and we all loved him. Mike was great people, and Hadley did a fantastic thing, a little video, a tribute at the beginning. But anybody who didn't see it or didn't know, Mike died, and we love him and we miss him. And here's to Mike.
See you, buddy.
Here's Mike.
Love you, Mike.
Anyway, that's we're over time.
Yep.
Heavens.
All right, kids, we will see you the same time next week.
Thanks
night,
for coming.
Stay weird.
That's going to do it for this week's show. For notifications each time the Weird Realities Network goes live, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. You can expect fresh weirdness 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week. But before we depart, let me give a special shout out to our incredible patrons, Mike Lewis, Landis Saldana, and Alan Lassiter. We couldn't keep the lights on here at Weird without you. And a very special thanks to our partners that keep Weird Reality spinning. It's you guys who make our weird world go round. And if you're interested in supporting our endeavors, consider joining the Cabal of Weird over at Patreon. And keeping you entertained and bringing you new content is our goal with every cent that you donate. And if you are interested in partnering or sponsoring, be sure to send us an email at weirdrealities@gmail.com. We are always interested in making new friends and creating a new tapestry of strangeness with you. So, until next week, kids, stay weird, you beautiful weirdos.